And then two things are going to happen. Number one, people can come up here and talk with her about specifics. Number two, there are a lot of questions here that were not able to be asked. What we're going to do, we're not going to give it to you because we don't want it to get lost. So we're going to mail it to your office. Final question from Matt Epstein.
As a planning commissioner for the city of Los Angeles, I was the whole South Valley planning commissioners, all of us were very surprised a few months ago when we learned that there's low, medium, and high traffic counts, and based on those counts is what the developers are allowed to, how many parking spots they have to furnish in these developments. Well, there was this one case a few months ago where I was on Sherman Way, I believe it was, and it was considered a low, the zoning administrator came in and said this was a low traffic area on Sherman Way. So we were all very surprised with that, and we made this zoning administrator go upstairs and pull the map, and we put him to the last part of the agenda, so you've given him the time to do it. He brought back this map from the transportation department that showed it as a low traffic density. We were all surprised, and we did a little bit further research, and we found out that that's the last time that map was updated was 30 years ago.
Wow.
And the only there's only two streets that actually were high density, and that was Ventura Boulevard. Thank goodness that's in Sherman Oaks. And there was one other one, and I forget which that one was. And the planning department basically says that they get that information from the transportation department. But that is a direct cause and effect of of more traffic, more cars based on new developments. So as a gal that's going to get things done, would you like to make a comment on that?
Well, I think the comment is really foundationally there's been a real divestiture within the Department of Transportation for data collection and study that we need in order to do our job, just as it was with planning. I mean, one of the first things Gail faced was the fact that many of the plans have not been updated for years, and they've been in the queue for even more years.
Right.
And so I think that I found the same thing, and I'm sure Ms. Jeff found the same thing in transportation, that our basic structure, just trying to do the day-to-day stuff, the things that really create the foundation of a department, were not addressed. And so those are some of the fundamental parts of data collection, accident reports, many of the things many of you are concerned about, traffic studies, and there are smarter ways to do it than we used to. I mean, with all the GIS information that we have, all the navigational things that we have the ability, ATSAC, all the tools that we have in our toolbox will enable us to do these things smarter than we used to. And that's my charge to some of the younger people who really want to do this, some of our hotshot interns. This is the kind of stuff they want to do. And so you're absolutely right. That does not surprise me, and that's some of the stuff that we have to fix that Gail and I have talked about.
And actually, what's interesting is many of you were here a couple months ago when Gail Goldberg, the head of planning, was here, saying a lot of what you're saying. So with that, I'd like to invite you up here. I'd invite you to say goodbye to Sergeant Van Reen. Officer Van Reen, and wish him well. And see you December 2nd and the third Wednesday in January. Thank you.
Thank you so very much.